Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope with Magda, broadcasting from the buffer zone in Nicosia, Cyprus. Today I have a very special lady with me and called Maria Menicou. She will be taking us through her life story and to where that is later today. A chance meeting she had 3 or 4 years ago in Nepal and how it impacted her life and how that impact she wants to move to other people. Maria, welcome.
Hello, Magda. Thank you for inviting me to your program.
Hi, Maria. Nice to have you. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at that trip you took. What was it, in 2011?
In 2010.
In 2010, you decided you were a bank employee, and you decided to take a trip east.
Yeah, to go on holidays. And that trip was Nepal and Tibet.
Tell me, why did you choose Nepal and Tibet?
Well, I was in a turning point in my life. This is how I see it now. I wanted to meet new people, meet a new culture, come across new experiences. I have traveled before, and that was the trip for that year, Nepal and Tibet.
Okay. And was it backpacking kind of trip?
Yes.
With a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. And some days into the trip, you approached the Nepalese border, the border of Nepal and Tibet. And?
I was on my way back from the trip in Tibet, crossing the borders, and here I come an amazing family. Their name is Zap. They come from Argentina. And the amazing thing about them is that they were traveling for 11 years at that time. They were traveling the world. They left Argentina, just the two of them, Mr. Herman and his wife. And on their way, they had 4 children,
Wow.
4 beautiful children.
That were traveling along with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that really shocked me. I mean, I started wondering how beautiful that is. I mean, those 2 minutes hearing their story and know that they start from Argentina with just a goal to reach Alaska, and then they move on traveling to other countries. And they were on their 11th year of the journey. Really made me start thinking. I mean, prior to my trip, I had a struggle of getting these 3 weeks of leave from my work, and these arguments and
they just took leave and left for as long as it was going to take. Okay, were they young?
I cannot tell their age, but they were their 40s, I guess. And their children, I guess the older one was 10 was the elder one, and the younger one was like 2 or 3 years old.
So the kids grew up on the road?
Yeah.
This is quite exciting. How long did you spend with this family?
Just 2 minutes. I mean, it was on my way to catch up the bus, and I didn't have much time. They have their own book with the title Spark Your Dream. People can find this book in Amazon.
I'll put the link on the Facebook page afterwards for the people that are listening in. So you just saw this family with 4 children that followed their dream, and there was a shift in the brain.
Yeah, I mean, from the Tibetan Nepalese borders to Kathmandu, it was a trip of 5 hours, and those 5 hours were just thinking about my life, how happy they are, and they follow their bliss, their dream, and they inspire people, and I'm just an internal auditor and struggling for a few weeks of holidays.
It is. It's quite depressing.
Yeah.
But it also needs courage as well to actually take that leap of faith and say, I'm going to do it. So you came back to Cyprus and?
there was a clear goal, a clear dream that maximum in 2 years' time I will be quitting the banking job and going out and do something else completely different. At that time I didn't know what was...
Where you were going yet.
Yeah.
But you were going somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
The decision was made.
No, but sometimes that's the way the decision needs to be made. You just need to step forward, this leap of faith, take this leap of faith. And in that 2 years, what happened?
Well, I came across great teachers that really changed my way of thinking and teaching me who I am and who every human being is, our capabilities and our talents. And I started looking inside myself. I came across the purpose of my life.
Who helped you? I mean, you did, looking at what you've told me about yourself, you did have a few good teachers.
Yeah. You know what? Without realizing what I was doing, I was choosing the top teachers. I mean, I have this need inside me to become the best I can be. So from whom shall I learn? From the top in the world, not just in our island, in the world. So,
but sometimes life is, sometimes the universe has got to work to help you. Because sometimes you might need something, and if the time is not right, you don't meet the right people. The right person comes to you when you're ready to receive the right person. That's what is said.
Now, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Exactly. So you inadvertently bumped into Bob Proctor.
Yeah.
Mr. The Secret.
Yeah. Oh.
For those of you that don't know, Bob Proctor is the man that wrote The Secret, the law of attraction, of sending out sending out to the universe what you want to come back in.
Yeah, he's considered the top success expert. He's the man behind a lot of best-selling books, including You Were Born Rich. And I call him my spiritual father. I started studying an online program that...
This was after you came back from Tibet?
That was a year after.
Okay.
I went through some other shifting period of my life, learning some other on distant learning.
What you do, it's very rare that you actually fall on exactly what you want with the first step you take. You've got to explore a little bit, which is what you did.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a year later, you decide you registered for an online course with Mr. Proctor.
Yeah, I had the program with Mary Morrissey and Bob Proctor. And a few months later, I decided that I gave the wish or the goal or the dream to the universe that I'm going to meet Bob Proctor in person.
Okay.
And that happened a few months later. I joined one of the elite programs of Proctor Gallagher Institute. The program is called Matrix. You spend 6 days with Bob Proctor.
Where, in Canada?
In Toronto, Canada. And that was the big breakthrough. I mean, I felt really reborn, create a new mindset. Everything started creating at that moment.
The moment you registered, the moment you went to see him in Toronto.
Yeah, enjoying that training, this 6 days training.
And it wasn't a beginner's course, was it?
It was.
It wasn't a starting course. It was a more...
It's considered one of the elite programs that Bob Proctor offers.
And why? How do you get chosen for a course like that? Or do you just register for it?
You just register for it.
You don't need to have any qualifications before you register for it?
Not really. Anyone can join, a scientist, an inventor, a technician, anyone that has any idea and wants to manifest or bring this idea into life. So my main mission was to meet him in person, learn from him in a live event, plus to see what I'm going to do next in my life.
Okay. So you spent 6 days exploring yourself, going inwards, and you left with what?
oh my God, a new life, new dreams, new friends.
Were you still at the bank?
Yeah.
No, well, a person's got to earn a living. You need to pay the rent along the way.
Yeah.
And you came back?
Well, I joined to become a certified consultant with the company at that same event.
Mm-hmm.
Start studying.
Lots of studying.
Yeah. I quit going out. I quit weekend holidays. All my holidays were going for trainings, but it's a beautiful journey. I mean, each day was much better than the previous one.
And you did the 6-day course with him, so there was a follow-up course when you registered to become a certified consultant.
Mm-hmm.
You continued training with him?
Yeah.
Online?
Online, through webinars, through Q&A meetings. We had 2 live meetings, one in Los Angeles and one in Arizona,
Wow.
which I traveled there.
I want to go to Los Angeles.
It's beautiful.
Hollywood country.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get there. It's on my bucket list. Okay, and you can, and in training with it's the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Is that the way he's in training with him? What tools did you get from him that you would be able to give further on?
Well, the main struggle that everybody comes across is our paradigms. The first time I heard the word, I didn't know what that means. And I guess most people don't really know what paradigms are. Paradigms are multitude of habits that are coming from one generation to another. It's habitual behavior.
It's like waking up in the morning and having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad paradigm, but that's a paradigm.
Yeah.
Or when you're sitting in the car, sitting with your bottom first and then picking up your legs. I mean, that paradigm is the way you behave without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is estimated that almost 98% of our behavior in life is controlled by our paradigms.
Such your automatic pilot.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. I've actually, ever since we had this conversation a few days ago, I've been thinking of this, of how much I do. We all do.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm using my hand now. Everything that you do that you think has to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So carry on this issue about, so most of us operate with our paradigms without actually thinking what we're doing.
Yeah. We are products of habitual behavior. So by really understanding what paradigms are, how they were created and how we can change them, this is how the shift of a new life, a better life, achieving goals, understanding our inner power and how we can achieve more things. As Bob Proctor says, be more, do more, have more in life.
Okay. Paradigms are also what creates stereotypes, are they not? You go to, you see a politician, you expect him to be a man. Okay? You don't, when you see a woman, you expect her to be a teacher. Is that also a paradigm, or am I being wrong now?
Yeah. It's multitude of ideas.
The perceptions, it's your automatic perception.
Multitude of ideas, multitude of habits create paradigms. Like now, there is a big campaign about having more women for the European Parliament. Yes. And this campaign actually tries to shift paradigms. We have paradigms as individuals. Mm-hmm. We have family paradigms. We have country paradigms. So
that's actually quite interesting, because I know the people that are organized. There's a local campaign, not a European campaign, going on for more women in Parliament, of which a local NGO is part of that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're actually doing is trying to change the way people look at things.
So repetition. The repetition is the one of the main things of changing paradigms. Here the same thing, repeating again. Okay, this is what they do with the advertisement in radio. So
is it that easy to change paradigms? I'll take this specific one of trying to get more women into the European Parliament. So you create a campaign to try and shift the mindset. Is it easy?
It is not difficult though, but it's not. It's
okay, it can be done, is what you say.
It can be done, yeah.
Okay, but it's got to be quite clever.
There are two ways of shifting paradigms. The first is emotional shock. Bam, something big is happening, and it shocked, like the haircut in Cyprus. That was an emotional shock for the Cypriots.
Okay.
The 9/11 was an emotional shock for actually not just for the U.S. people, for the whole world. A sudden accident, a sudden death is an earthquake, is an emotional shock. Mm-hmm. And the second is repetition. Repetition. Hear the same thing, read the same thing, write the same thing.
So what you're saying is if we keep on hearing more women in Parliament, if we keep on hearing that, eventually somewhere it's going to sink in.
Yeah. And while driving, the mind is open and more receptive to new ideas and new whatever is on the radio. So,
but that's actually true. I listened to something on TEDx from the woman in Iceland, a woman that was in banking in Iceland, because Iceland also went through the haircut, a kind of haircut, an emotional financial crash, and she had said something that you've got to change the picture you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So if you see a government that's only men, a picture of a government and you see men, that's what's going to be forever. If you want people to change that, you've actually got to change what people are looking at. So you've got to physically put a different picture every time.
Yeah.
You've got to put a picture of more women or diverse cultures. Okay. It's all
repetition.
It's all coming together. I'm picking it up all together. Mm-hmm. And they actually do create our reality.
We are
inadvertently.
Yes, we are the creators. Most animals, all animals, they go through life with their instincts. And human beings, we have a tool that we have the ability to create our reality. Most of us, we grow up and we believe that we are human, we live in our physical form. But the reality is that we are spiritual beings in our physical form. And we have our intellect mind. Mm-hmm. So we are spiritual beings living in a physical form, mm-hmm. and we do have an intellect mind. And we have the ability to create our physical world by setting vibration, by setting emotions and the right frequencies. So through the right emotion, we set the frequency and the vibration, mm-hmm. and this is how we send out the signals. What do we want to attract in our life? So being happy, you bring more happiness into your life. More stress, you bring more things to stress you. Expecting something beautiful and happy to happen in your life, this is what you attract.
Okay. So the only way I can change my reality is by consciously accepting what the paradigms are that create this reality. So if I'm a whinger, if I complain all the time, mm-hmm. if things are going wrong in my life, I've actually got to question the way I act to change what's coming back to me.
Yeah. We need to stop, start really thinking. You know, most people don't really think. I mean, it's just their habitual behavior and just go in life without really thinking. So it just stop, think, make a conscious decision to be happy, a conscious decision to change things, and keep this decision. Be discipline to follow certain steps in shifting paradigms, create a new self-image, and activate the intellect mind. It's through this activation of the intellect mind that brings the change into our life.
Boy, my dad was before his time. My father would not allow us to complain. Something would go wrong and say, ignore it, count your blessings. We were not allowed to complain.
Yeah.
He would say something bad happened, but you've got a wonderful family. You've got your health, you've got food on the table. He would not allow us to complain, and I actually think he inadvertently gave me the best tool in my life. Because for me to actually complain, things have really got to be bad. I'm not very good at not complaining. So, okay, he should have started a business then. Okay, so you've got, by changing you switch the intellect of the way what it operates on. What triggers it?
Okay, we go through life by living from outside in, by our five senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and feel.
Okay.
So this way, nobody really create or did something really big in their life. So the way we learn to go through life is by our five creative faculties.
Yes.
And these are perception, memory, reason, will, intuition, and imagination. These are tools that everybody has in them.
Yes.
And in this way, we can create anything we really want to have into our life. It's from our physical form, through our intellect mind, we tap into our spiritual world, and we can create, we can manifest, we can bring about anything we literally want.
And before anyone thinks this is a miracle worker, this is a process. This is a process that everyone that does this is a work in process. It's nothing that stops. You don't get everything and it's over. You just continue. It's a way of operating.
It's a way of living.
It's a way of operating is the wrong way. It's a way of living. So it's not something that you do it once, you change your life, you bring the miracle, and then you go back to what you were doing before. It's a way of living. You've actually got to change the way you are.
Yeah, and it doesn't take any more effort than whatever we are doing right now. I mean,
changing habits is not easy, though. Provided you've got to stop, is what you say. You've got to stop and say.
It needs discipline at the beginning, so you keep repeating and writing and reading the same thing, and then it's just becoming a new habit. You create a new paradigm. So you're operating with a new paradigm. And as human beings, always we want more, and we seek for better and bigger and greater in our life. So it's a process of reschedule, reprogram a new paradigm for even more and bigger into our life.
Okay. And in doing this, you actually, the creativity that was within you, or the power that was within you, you free it.
Yeah.
The things you can do.
Actually, this is what paradigms are doing. They control our logic. If you can imagine, if you go through and study the most successful men in history, or their goals and their dreams have been illogical and unrealistic. But so we set a goal. We know we have the ability to do that, and we set ourselves free. And then paradigms control our time, our proactivity, our creativity. Everybody's creative. It's not just the writers or the painters or the singers.
I think we all have a paradigm for a lot of people is that creativity is someone that can draw. They don't realize that creativity is actually a very big word.
Yeah, it is.
It's a cook. It's a person that knows how to put clothes together. It's someone that puts makeup on. I mean, creativity is good. It's someone that writes. It's someone that
You need to be creative in how to manifest a new business. If you are, let's say, an accountant or a lawyer, you need creativity in every aspect of life.
So how can I be helped? If I, as an individual, how can I do this alone?
It's better with guidance.
Why?
Studying on our own, it can lead us up to the point that our awareness allows us to understand and see things. Mm-hmm. Having someone to guide you, it's open ways and lead to higher level of understanding, higher level of awareness. You have support and keeps you disciplined.
Okay.
We tend to leave things when they get a bit hard or difficult,
yes.
or we come across a challenge. So having someone to guide you and lead you from one point to another, and as well have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
It's faster, it's more easy.
So if I come to you, what can you do for me? Or what can you help me do for me?
Any dream you really wish. Any dream.
Any.
You know, I call this material as the foundation for anything that our heart really desires. I mean, just imagine this. Everybody has challenges. I mean, I'm not promising a life full of roses. Challenges will keep coming, but I'm going to offer the tools to handle challenges. Just an example, activating the intellect mind, we learn how to change and shift our perception in things. So when a challenge comes, most people, they see us a huge mountain that is not easy to overcome or to shift or to change. And most people keep complaining. But if we just take a breath and see what good really comes through this challenge, or if we shift our perception of the challenge we are facing, we may see the answer, or we may see why it is happening. So instead of facing a block, we can turn this block into a stepping stone to our dream and our goal.
Okay.
God always provide good for us. Bob Proctor always said, things are always good. And I was just wondering, what does he really means? Everything is good.
I also think that's the way you look at things.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's like I'm listening to my father, because it is the way you look at things.
Yeah.
It is the way you look at things, because it might not. You might not have what everyone thinks is everything, but it is everything, because it's good. Okay, so Bob Proctor is the one that believes in the law of attraction, that put it into a concept, the law of attraction.
It's not just the law of attraction, it's all the laws of the universe. Mm-hmm. There are many laws, so...
There are many laws now?
So it's a whole theory of how living, working, behaving. A huge lesson that I learned from Bob Proctor is not to react but to respond, and how to bring this serenity into the mind.
But something happened this week. A friend of mine passed away. The cousin of a very good friend of mine passed away. And when the email came through, this was a person that led. She was gorgeous when she was younger. We all used to envy her because she was stunning. Mm-hmm. All the boys liked her. So, of course, she was very envied by She led a very, very troubled life within her family, within herself, brushes with narcotics. And she passed away last week. And when my friend sent me through the email, she said, you know what, there are lessons to be learned, because she eventually went into ICU. She had developed a health problem. She came back home, and when she came back home, this whole big family that had been fighting for 30 years was there. And then she decided to leave because what she had done
to bring everybody together.
Bring everyone together. And it was, now I've got goosebumps. And it's at the time, it is quite hard to think of it so positively, but that's what it is. You've actually, even in death, something will come out.
There is always something good. It's just a way of how to perceive, how to see things.
So can you give us a few tools of how we can help ourselves in our daily lives? Because, of course, as you said, it's better with guidance. Mm-hmm. But if even little steps that we can take along until we make the decision of doing this, because I think you need that moment that you had of meeting this big family in the middle of nowhere for 2 seconds. You actually need that penny to drop to say, you know what, I've got to take this leap of faith.
Another great teacher that I studied with him, Bernard Hiller, he said that we tend to change either when we feel pain or pleasure. So it's either when we are in a very uncomfortable position or the change bring pleasure to us. So a practical and easy to do step is to have your goal written down. And this has come from Bob Proctor, that at the age of 26, his first mentor encouraged him to set a goal and have that goal written down. And he had this goal card that he had written, I'm happy and grateful now that I earn $25,000 per year. So now I come to us, if we have a clear goal, to have it written down and keep repeating that, reading it twice, 3 times, 4 times a day, writing that down every day 10, 20 times, chances are pretty good that this will come to start in our way and bring the opportunities and the circumstances that this goal will get manifested into our life.
There's actually this one that a lot of us young ladies have done, this contract you make with the universe of the type of person you would like to attract into your life. That we both confess to each other we do have. And that you actually sit down point by point. From the biggest from the smallest detail, from the big picture to the little detail.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier when you're talking about a person to describe that you say tall, dark eyes, blonde hair, no belly, lots of money, emotionally available. And no detail is too small. But they've got to come from the heart.
Yeah.
It mustn't be just these random things they just throw on the piece of paper.
But even the random things, they tend to get manifested.
That's why you must be careful with the random things. So, but also, what someone also told me with that is you've also got to do a partner list of what you are giving. What you're giving. So I've got this list of what I would like in the person, but I've got another list of what I give.
Actually, it should be a balance. You cannot ask for a kind person and good-hearted person, and on the other hand, what you're giving out comes back. So it should be a balance in everything. It should be, and writing the list down, it should get manifest as long as you are ready to give back what you are demanding, what you are asking for the person.
Okay, so maybe the way it was told to me is exactly that, which by creating the partner list, you actually trying to, because you have these 50 expectations from the person coming into life, and then you sit at this list and you think, well, or what am I? And it actually makes you pick up the things in yourself. So it was a very good exercise for me to actually go in and see how this marries, how this comes together. Because as you said, I mean, I can't have this expectation to be that I want an athletic man, and I actually am a couch potato. Okay, you want something that will go together.
No, I mean, you cannot ask without being ready to give.
Yes.
And you cannot ask to have a person that has this characteristic. How can he or she has this characteristic, what he will choose or what she will choose for him or herself? So it should reflect, it should choose something similar with what he or she is.
Yes. Okay. Tell me, what other tools, is there any other things that I can do for myself to help me on my own? Because as I said, I agree with you, it's always easier. It's better with a mentor or a guide, because you do, when things go wrong and you're on your own, you think, okay, I'll leave it, I'll do something else. Are there any other ways I can actually try breaking the paradigms that are stopping me?
A really beautiful tool to create the self-image, to create a better image for ourselves, is on a daily basis to write the self-image that we have for ourselves. It's not just what we have, but what we want to create as well. It should start with the phrase that I'm happy and grateful now that. Happiness shows that we are aligned to the universe, we are vibrating in the right frequency and the right vibration. Gratefulness is the tool that multiplies everything. So I'm happy and grateful now that. And then we add the values, the characteristics that either we have and we like about ourselves. So we tend to give more strength, and we add the characteristics that we want to add or
strengthen that we don't have.
Yeah, so we tend to write, I'm happy and grateful now that I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm vibrant, I'm free, I'm confident, I'm aligned to the universe, I love and I'm being loved. Any characteristic. I'm enthusiastic, anything. And the idea is not just to think or type, but to write.
Okay.
And the reason behind writing is writing creates thinking, and thinking creates the images, and images, they tend to trigger the feelings, and once the feelings are triggered, creates new paradigms, it goes to the subconscious mind, and then we tend to act upon the new ideas, upon the new paradigms that we are creating. It's really useful and really powerful to repeat this exercise on a daily basis.
So you actually wake up in the morning and for 10-15 minutes you write, I'm grateful and happy.
I'm happy and grateful
I'm
now.
I'm happy and grateful that. And I write all the things that I believe I have and I'm grateful for, and the things that I would like to strengthen within women.
Yeah. And it doesn't take that much. I mean, 3-4 minutes, and if you are in the flow of writing, you can keep writing for the whole day. It's good. But as long as you write a few lines, that's okay. The point is to be non-stop, at least for 30 days. So we create the new neural pathways in the brain. So we create the new image, the new paradigm. So by writing every day, I'm happy and grateful now that I'm confident. Someone that is not confident is becoming and building this confidence about him or herself. And in a period of more days and time, there are people that they are confident and they are building this confidence about themselves.
So I'm going to take you up on this. I'm actually going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up in the morning, and I'm going to start this. I'm happy and grateful that.
Now that
For the 5 or 10 things that I'm actually happy for a lot of things. I'm happy. There's very little I'm not happy about. And I'll do it for 30 days and see if I can actually change within me the things.
Magic things will happen. I mean,
can we welcome Anna all the way from Toronto? She's just joined us in the studio, and not just from Toronto.
From Cyprus.
From Cyprus. She's going to join us in the conversation. Maria's told us a way of actually helping you change your life. No, change with the paradigms that put obstacles in your life.
Wow.
Creating a new self-image.
Creating new self-image. And you wake up in the morning, for 5 minutes, you put, I'm happy and grateful that...
I'm happy and grateful now that, and then you add characteristics either you have, or either you want to acquire, you want to create.
Can you create things that are actually not in you?
No. Yeah, I mean... you can repeat more and more time that I'm free, I'm healthy. Everything comes from a thought. So by creating, repeating again and again, either you attract the new ideas, or you're changing what may be linking wrong, and create the new idea, new neural pathway, new reality of us.
So are you going to do this exercise with us?
Yeah, maybe Maria will begin with me.
No, just speak in that manner.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so is there anything you want to change within yourself?
Well, I want to be able to write every day. How can I do that?
Wow, just dedicate at least an hour just for writing. Set a goal that it may be just a page per day. That makes it a book of 365 pages, or just dedicate an hour, and how many pages you can write within this 1 hour. Just know that, let's say from what time do you usually wake up in the morning?
Around 6 o'clock, 6 a.m.
Wow, you're an early riser.
I have to.
So by changing a bit this habit, by creating a new habit of waking up even 5:30, that's give you 30 minutes extra for writing.
So the paradigm we're changing here is that she cannot write for 1 hour.
It's her decision either to create the time during the day for 1 hour. So you may say that, let's say from 5 to 6 in the morning, it's my time to write the book. Or let's say I'm going to write a page in a day. So a page takes me half an hour or 20 minutes. So you make the decision which habit to change so it can lead you to great results in a period of time.
So what happens when I say, okay, I'm going to set this goal, I sit there, start writing, and then suddenly I say, oh, I have so many other things I need to be doing. And then I rush to the other things. I mean, because in a way is what Magda is saying, I mean, it's a paradigm, what I am saying. I'm so busy, I cannot really do this right now. I have so many other things to be doing. So how do I really rapture that kind of...
Because that's what, in a lot of times, when we want to bring things into our lives, it's we are stuck in, as you said, behavior. And you prioritize, you make priorities. And it's those priorities you've got to change. Is that possible?
Definitely, you need to make the decision that I'm going to write this book, either a page per day or an hour per day, or to make a clear and defined decision that this is my goal, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to dedicate my time. And then to activate your intellect mind, your will, your focus and concentration on your goal. So excuses and opportunities to
not do it.
To not do it, they're everywhere, and they're really easy to find an excuse. So the point is how much in love you are with your goal. How much in love you are with writing this book.
No.
So it doesn't matter where you give time, either in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. You just make a decision, a conscious decision that this is what I'm going to do. Definitely it's going to come a lot of things on your way, but just know that whatever comes are just paradigms that are kicking in, taking you out from your goal and from your dream.
But let's say somebody shows up at your door and asks you, I mean, like for instance, now in Cyprus, I mean, everybody is saying I cannot find a job. And, you know, there is nothing you can do about it. You know, I have knocked like 50 doors and I'm not able to do this. And partially this is, I mean, there is a reality to this, like a material truth, you know, like, I mean, you go to so many jobs. So how do you really get people out of this mode of thinking that it's impossible to do something to get a job?
That's actually a very good one, because people will say, you know what, I've got into this. They go for jobs, they don't get the job, so they get disheartened.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got to actually step away from being disheartened, because it attracts more disheartedness or whatever it is. How do you, is there a way, a tool or not a trick, or something you can do to get them back on being positive?
Exactly. For instance, I had a student, she went for 13 job interviews. And then, you know, as she was, I mean, every time she was excited, but as the time progressed, she started getting depressed because she started feeling like there is no way, you know, that this is ever going to happen. And partially because the job market is atrocious, you know, so how do you really get the person who is emotionally feeling so down to really start thinking, oh, there is light at the end of the tunnel?
There's hope.
Yeah, there is hope, or I can really shift, you know, this, because now maybe it wasn't a paradigm in the beginning. You know, you went there for, you know, obviously 13 job interviews, you invested yourself, you invested so much time. So how do you get them to be like...
Okay, first of all, we need to understand that whatever is happening is just our perception of seeing things. So either economic crisis or economic abundance or opportunities or not opportunities is just our perception of seeing things. So either we see that we can achieve and get a new and good job, or create our own business. It's just from our perception, and this is what school and institute they do. They give us great knowledge, great tools, but our paradigms doesn't allow us to see the tools that we already have within us. That's why we have great doctorals and finishing masters and PhDs and all this, and they cannot find a job. And no one really show them that they have the mental capacity and the ability and the power within them, not just to open their own jobs, bring out their creativity and bring their own ideas and start their own business. And not just to start the business for themselves, but to give opportunities to many other people.
What you can also do is sometimes, because it's what I've needed to do as a single parent, I came to Cyprus with a specific degree. Coming to Cyprus at a certain age, my salary is quite limited, so I had to draw on my creativity to do things on the side to increase my income. And it's what I've been trying to teach my son. I've said to him, you know what, my degree gave me this job, but this that I do on the side I had it in me. The opportunity came and I just did it. And what's the worst that could have happened? Not do it again.
Yeah.
That's the worst that could have happened. So you're right.
It's just to see in which angle to see this economic crisis. It may be a crisis that you cannot find a job, you cannot have money, you cannot have opportunities, or by shifting the perception to see the opportunity that raise from an economic crisis and with really good values and good energy and an open mind and creativity to bring something new and create a new market or new...
or look in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, I came across people that they have amazing ideas, and to be honest, now is the season, is the time that everybody is on a shifting of career.
Totally.
Yeah, so
even though there's an economic crisis, people are in transition. There's a movement everywhere, on every level.
Maria, I want to ask you another question. So, like you said, you as a facilitator or as a coach, part of your job is to, or at least from what I understand, is to help people achieve their goals, you know. But I wanted to ask you one question in terms of how do you, like as a facilitator or a coach, really get people to be thinking, okay, I have creativity, you know, what would be one or two practical steps to help them do that? And the second one, bringing it out. And what would that mean in terms of like directing it, you know, not just like, okay, I'm bringing it out, you know, I'm creative, but really having a kind of a direction that they can really, you know, put that creativity into, you know, in some ways, or orient it. So, what would be one or two ways that, or practical tools that you can...
Through the course that I'm offering, we start learning who we really are.
And just so that everyone knows, I'll put Maria's website online afterwards, that you can access all the courses and what services she offers.
So through the course, we start understanding who we really are, and we learn that our spiritual DNA is perfect. It needs no modification and no improvement. It is all-knowing, it is ever-present. So what that means? We are spiritual beings in a physical form, and we do have an intellect. And through this intellect mind, we activate our intellect mind, and we tap into our spirituality, and we can bring anything about having a goal, a big goal. A goal, a dream, a vision, not just something that we have done before or we know how to achieve. And it's magical how we tend to attract everything that is needed into our life. And how this is happening. We activate the intellect mind, we send out the vibration, and the right people, the right circumstances are coming into our way. And our part is to act upon this opportunity that are coming our way. This is a procedure, as Bob Proctor says, it's an easy to follow procedure because everything is packed into ready-made programs. Is not programs that I have created. I was trained how to facilitate them. So these programs are ready from Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, the CEO of the company. So with ready-made videos and audios and a really beautiful book that comes with questions and a lot of new information. So by going through those exercises, we dive in our inner powers and ourselves. And this is how we bring about anything that we want to manifest into our life.
Okay, we've got 5 minutes left. Okay, you should have come earlier. She's asking nice questions. Is there any last question you want to ask Maria?
Maria, what is the other issue? Last time you told me these paradigms and the force.
The powers within.
The powers within.
Yes.
By getting rid of the paradigms, you release your inner powers.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is our intellect mind, that we have 6 creative faculties. It's our perception, is how we see things. By shifting our perception, by having this shift of understanding, we can move a block and have it as a stepping stone, or see what good we can harvest from a challenge. It's our memory. Our memory is perfect. It's how much we train, we exercise. It's like a muscle. It's our reason factor. It's our ability to think. Our will. It's our ability to focus and concentrate. Our intuition is the God within us. It's our ability to get the inner guidance. And imagination is the first step in creation. It's fantasy, theory, and fact. So as long as we can see something in front of the screen of our mind, then
we can do it.
We can do it. We can go through the creative steps and bring it into our life.
Okay, so what is the...
Can I just ask you one question? When you have people approaching you to do coaching, do you get more men or more women, or is it balanced?
Yeah.
More women. More women are open in sharing. More women.
I would have thought that, but I just needed to confirm, because I think women are more open to actually sharing and discussing what's...
And mainly men are the ones that they are in business. They are...
So it's mainly women that come to you for this kind of...
It's 2-to-1. It's 2 women, 1 man.
Not bad.
It's not bad, yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I actually thought it would have been 3-to-1. So 2-to-1 is not bad. It's a lot. That means men are becoming more sensitized, which is a blessing, because we all need to be on the same. We all need to be aware. Okay, Anna, do you want to say something else?
Actually, that was a question I wanted to ask about men and women. But the other issue I wanted, you were talking about intuition. So how does somebody who is so trained, again, in a very linear, kind of logical way, really accessing that? And I understand the perception question, but I would like to hear, how would you